Good morning. Well, depending on where you are. It's morning here. And hello, welcome to Bryn Catherine's Beauty, and we're going to do some Tutorial Tuesday. I just cleaned the wrong brush. This morning has been ridiculous. I just cannot get ahead. I don't know what my deal is. But I'm going to hop on here real quick and just do some Tutorial Tuesday with you. So there was a tie. There were 2 votes. 1 vote for nose contour and then 1 vote for wintry eyeshadow. But the wintry eyeshadow vote was on Instagram, so I'm gonna wait and do an Instagram live winter eyeshadow look later. So I'm gonna be using the Multitasker brush and the color Shadow, the contour color Shadow, and the highlight color Linen. And so if you look, I've actually done my eyeshadow. I did a really basic look today. My eyeshadow, my brows, I actually highlighted and contoured, blush, bronzer, pretty much everything but my nose, and I need to set, and then I'm going to do some lips. So I'm going to start with the wide end of the Multitasker brush, and like I said, I'm going to use the color Shadow. Let me pull this color out so you can see. This color is just a titch cooler than like the other contour colors, and it's specifically designed for the features of your face that are a little more detailed. So like if you wanted to do your Cupid's bow, maybe you could even do your lip contours with this color, but it is not a color I recommend for like a contour color like on your cheekbones or on your forehead. So I'm just going to take just a little bit on the edge of this wider end from Shadow, and you could totally do this with your own contour color, like if you're using Astoria or Olive, doesn't really matter. This one just creates a little bit more of a shadow. And now, nose contour should be the width of a pencil. So if you want to hold up like another brush, this is how wide your nose contour should be. And so you can actually use this as a guide, like a pencil, pen, something, for a while until you get used to it. It kind of makes me blind when I do it on a live, so we're gonna do our best here. But I've got my little bit of shadow, and I'm gonna place this right in the center of my nose, and it may seem a little skinny, but I promise it's all gonna work out. So you're gonna come right here, and then you're gonna follow. See how you can see like the tip of the brush? You're gonna follow this line, and this will become really normal for you once you've done it like 1,000 times. Nose contour is definitely an advanced skill, but it is like super simple once you get the hang of it. And then I actually like to take this contour up into this part as well. Okay, and I know that looks really harsh, but stay with me. And I'm not even going to get that much more. I'm just going to dip a little bit again. And then this part can be a little bit tricky. So like I'm right-handed, so I started on the right side. I actually switch hands and do it with my left hand. You may want to do it with your right hand, like holding across your face. It's really up to you. So I'm going to line this back up. This one's the hard part when you're in a live. So I'm lining it back up, and like you really don't want to like turn your face. Like you want to keep this line right here and then create another straight line on that side. And I'm gonna just go up into this curve right here as well. So now you can see like this is where the shadows of my nose are. And I closed this window right next to me because it's like really bright right now. Maybe we need a little light over here. I don't know, it's just like really bright. Is that a little better? I feel like that's worse. Anyway, and I'm just gonna like touch up this side a little bit. Okay, and now I'm actually not going to do anything right now with any of that. I'm just going to leave those as 2 lines. And then some people like to do their finger, I don't know, sometimes I use this side of the Detail Hack brush. It's just kind of, it's up to you. I mean, you could even, like, here, I'll do it this way. I'm going to clean this off with the Restore Cleaner really fast. And I didn't get a ton on there so that it's not like really caked in shadow anyway. And I'm going to use Linen Highlight, and the highlight is not as thick as the contour is, so it's going to go on a little easier, and you can just come down that center that you just created with Linen. Now you could use Linen, White Peach, or whatever your lightning color shade is. That's what should go in the middle. And you can see I'm kind of like fading it out up here as well. Okay, now I know it looks ridiculously crazy, but your line is right where it's supposed to be. It's the width of a pencil or a brush or whatever, and so when you use a damp perfector to dab it out now, it's just going to be like a natural shadow and your nose is going to look a little skinnier. So you ready? This is the magic part. I'm about to blow your mind. So I'm just dabbing. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for liking the video. There we go. And I'm going to do this side a little bit more too. Perfect nose contour. And you can still see the like shadow there. Like you're supposed to, but it's not so ridiculously prominent that like you're like, oh my gosh, why is there like a dark line on her face? Isn't that cool? And so then I'm actually just going to finish up. I'm going to set and I'm going to do lips. So if you want to stay with me for that, you can stay with me for that. But those are your tips for a nose contour. Things I highly recommend: multitasker brush. You could also use the detail hack if you wanted, because there's a really straight edge here. So if you wanted to drag that way, just make sure you have something as a guide to put in the middle. But I use the multitasker brush. I use shadow. You could use any contour color that you already have to try this technique out. And then if you're like, ooh, I kind of like the way shadow looked better, obviously like that's available as well. And then whatever your lighter highlight color is. I used the linen. You could use white peach or whatever. And then I dampened the perfector sponge and went at my nose. So I'm gonna spray with Stay, just because I'm gonna set my makeup. I'm gonna try not to spray the hair. And I'm just gonna set with Airspun in my perfector. I always set under the eyes first. That's my biggest trouble area. And then I'm gonna set my perfect nose contour that I just did. I kind of only set in the areas that I have highlight. I don't really set on my contour or on my blush, just on my highlight areas. And I really don't need to set down here. I just have very like oily skin in general. Yesterday I didn't set with a powder and I was so oily by the end of the day. I was like, this is why I set with a powder every day. Didn't matter though, I was just hanging around with my cat. Oh my gosh, if you haven't seen my stories from last night, go look at my stories from last night. My cat had surgery yesterday and she was a hot mess when she got home. Okay, so I set, and then I'm just going to do some lips. I'm actually going to do a really, really bold lip today. And I'm going to line my lips with indigo before I actually put the color on. So I'm going to use my eyeshadow everything brush. And I'm lining the lips. You want to overline your bottom lip. I did a video about this not that long ago, actually. Might have been a week or two ago. So if you're looking like for a super detailed lip contour video, I did that a couple weeks ago. Actually, it wasn't like super detailed. I think it was just lip lining. I haven't done a lip contour one yet with like the Cupid's bow. We'll see. We'll get to it all eventually. And then I'm actually going to do, like I said, a bold lip. I'm going to put on Scarlet first because it's really, really bright. And I always just use my finger. I feel like I have more control. And this is a little bright for my taste. I do want a bold lip, but I'm going to mute it with Sandstone. And both of these are in the holiday bundle. I think it's called Red Velvet. I posted a graphic yesterday of all the holiday bundles. And I love the red one. Sorry, doing my lips, I keep interrupting myself. And then I just have a paper towel that I'm like wiping my fingers on. So then that looks a little more muted down, a little more dark, instead of like really, really bright. Not that Scarlet isn't beautiful, I'm going to see The Crimes of Grindelwald. I don't need cherry lips. And then I'm just going to put on a little bit of illuminator. What do I want today? Let's do honey. I don't use honey very often. It's like a yellow. put it right here. I just really love that Cupid's bow, and then I put it in the center of the bottom lip. It's very subtle. And there you have it. Well, if you didn't get a chance to catch the nose contour, I'm going to post this. I'm going to finish this video and post it so you can fast forward or rewind however you want, and you can go watch the nose contour portion, the actual tutorial. But thanks for joining me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, what is it, Tuesday? Oh, beauty of being on vacation, I don't even know. Have a wonderful Tuesday, folks, and happy early Thanksgiving.